Hello everyone, in this episode of third person series, I'm going to show you how to create a HUD for your weapon that shows weapon image, mag size and current ammo. And as you can see, this is final result of this tutorial. Alright, first I'm going to create a new function for removing bullets when shooting. So first I open my master weapon class, and here in function section I hit this plus icon and create a new function, and I name it remove bullet. Alright, now I drag and drop my weapon structure. Now drag a node and search for brick weapon extract, and now I drag a node from current ammo integer variable and add a subtract node and subtract it by 1. So anytime I shoot, one bullet will be decreased from current ammo variable. Now I drag another node from this weapon structure and I search for set members in weapon extract. Here I click on this current ammo variable, I check this one. So here now I have my current ammo connected to here, and this one to here, and finally I add a return node, or before that I can add a print string node to test my function, and I connect my current ammo to this input of print string, and finally I add a return node. Alright, now I go back to event graph, and here inside event graph I created this start fire and stop fire event in previous episodes, and here after this gun effect function I'm going to add this remove bullet function, and I place it between this function and this timeline. Alright, now I compile and run the game, and if I pick this gun, as you can see, every time I shoot, one bullet will be decreased from current ammo variable. Now I open this weapon HUD folder, and as you can see here I have two images. This one is a Mac 10 image and this one is AK-47 image, and I'm going to use them in this tutorial. And now I create a new widget blueprint from this user interface section. I click on this widget blueprint and I name it weapon HUD. Alright, now I open it up, and here in designer section, first I search for a canvas panel, drag and drop it here. Now I search for text and I place it here. I anchor it to bottom left corner and also place it right here. Alright, I name this one current ammo because I want this text block to show my current ammo. And now I add another text here. Again I anchor it to bottom left, place it under previous one, and I name this one mag size, because I'm going to use this text block to show mag size, magazine size of my in-hand weapon. Alright, place it here, and you can also change many options here, such as font or color and other things, but I'm doing this right now for training and educational purposes, and I'm not going to go deep into decorative stuffs. Alright, now I add another text here. I place it, first I anchor it to bottom left corner, and I place it here, and I name this text block weapon name, because I'm going to use this one to show name of my weapon. Okay, now here I search for image, place it here, again anchor it to bottom left corner and place it above this text block, and I size it 200 for X and 50 for Y, and I think it might be okay. X 200 and Y maybe 80. Alright, but don't worry, you can change it later. Alright, now from this section I click on graph, and here I'm going to, from event extract, I drag a node and cast to my character blueprint, which is in this case is BP underscore third person character. Here for object wildcard I insert get player character, alright, and I promote it to a variable and I name it player ref. Alright, now I drag and drop my player ref here, and I drag a node and search for get weapon system component, and here I search for in hand weapon, and now I get my weapon structure. Alright, now I drag a node from here and search for break weapon extract, and now I'm going to promote some of these variables into a variable inside weapon HUD widget blueprint. First I promote this weapon name, right click and search for promote to variable, connect it here. I also promote this mag size to variable, and also current ammo, this one, and weapon image, which is in type of texture 2D that I created inside my weapon structure in previous episodes. Alright, now I go back to designer section, and first I select this text block, it is named current ammo, and here in text section I click this icon binding. I'm going to create a new binding, and I'm going to bind it to current ammo. Alright, Now for this one, I named it max size, and here I connect it to max size, and this one is my weapon name, and I connect it to weapon name, bind it to weapon name actually. And finally for this one, this image, I select it, and here in appearance brush section I click on this icon and select weapon image. Alright, now I compile and close this blueprint widget. Now I open up my master weapon class, but before that you should make sure that, for example, for all of your weapons you have assigned a value for weapon image variable. For example, here I have inserted this image for AK-47 and also this image for Mac-10. Alright, now I open my character blueprint, which in this case is BP underscore third person character, and here in event graph, in event begin play, I drag a node and search for create widget, and I have created this widget in previous episodes for my crosshair, and now I'm going to create another widget for my weapon HUD. And here I search for my weapon HUD, and for owning player I search for get player controller. Alright, and now I promote it to a variable and I name it weapon HUD. Alright, now here on event tick I get my weapon system component. Now I drag a node and search for in hand weapon. Now here I add an is valid node, this macro, and first I'm going to check that my in hand weapon variable has a value or not. That means I have my character has a weapon equipped or not, and if it is valid I am going to this weapon HUD to be shown, and if it is not valid I want to this weapon HUD to be removed from a screen. So here I drag a node and search for add to viewport, connect it to is valid execute node, and here I drag a node and search for remove from parent. Alright, okay, now compile and run the game. Now as you can see, if I pick up a weapon the HUD will be visible on the screen, and if I start shooting current ammo starts decreasing. Alright, and if I sheath my weapon this HUD will be removed from the screen, and if I pick up another weapon, image and current ammo and mag size of weapon will be visible on a screen with this HUD. Alright, if this tutorial was useful for you, please like this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.